Hey everyone, wanted to do a quick update on the Iraqi dinar. I know a lot of people have bought a whole bunch of these. There's crazy people who have literally put 30, 40, $50,000 into these Iraqi dinar notes, thinking that 30 grand was somehow going to turn into like $300 million. Right now, if you go over here to Dinar Trade, that's where most of the Iraq dinar were sold. And you'll see that they're no longer buying or selling the currency at this time. Now, supposedly this guy Ali had some death threats or some sort of family crisis that had to do with someone threatening him. But anyway, that's only part of the story. You have 4 or 5 dinar websites where you have people who where they have their nice rumors section, and you have people like this guy here, Joe P. was a guy that had all sorts of information from in country in Iraq, and basically he's saying this thing's getting ready to happen, but so he's gonna walk away. We're there. He's calling it a win, even though it hadn't officially happened. Another guy is this Steve I. He did People's Dinar and was trying to at least appear more professional, and like he was only peddling real information. He says here that he can assure you that we're 200% confident that May's their month, and May very well be the month that something happens to the dinar. But I have a feeling, since these guys are calling it a victory and walking away before the final clock hits zero, that they were probably somehow more connected with this guy Ali. You know, because before you could buy dinar on reserve, and for instance, at the beginning of the year in January, they had a conference call, and supposedly this lady, a Kuwaiti woman, was at the bank in Kuwait exchanging her Iraq dinar for just tons of Kuwaiti dinar, and that it was a done deal. They were interviewing this woman who was with her Kuwaiti woman friend on this thing. I mean, once you sit in for one of those calls and you hear them physically putting together a load of crap that is being sold as it's actually occurring on the other side of the globe. Every week these people put out these, it's happening next week, they had to seat 2 guys, or they had to, there's just always some lame, and the crazy thing is they say the same stuff week after week, and I've only been following the dinar for about a year, and I try not to read it too much. I just kind of go in every now and then to see what's going on. But now that we have the so-called gurus all bowing out, and right after this guy Ali bowed out, I'm really curious to see what happens. I have a feeling that a lot of people were sitting down this road to buy all these dinar, and I am guaranteeing you that Ali has made out like a bandit. Figuring people buying dinar on reserve. They come in with this great story and how it's getting ready to RV. And you have people literally laying down their credit cards to buy dinar on reserve. People that buy $1 million on reserve, it's $100 and some bucks. And if you don't pay it off in a month, you just forfeit the $100 and some bucks. And I'm sure Ali just imagine the money people were just pumping into this thing. Some people might have been buying multi-millions at one time, where Ali gets $1,000, $2,000. I mean, who knows? I mean, I know some of these people literally spent 20, 30 grand on dinar. And so anyway, I'm hopeful that it turns around positive. I don't think people are going to become millionaires overnight. But when you got these guys like this Steve I, who had sold himself off as this rather honest guy here, he's telling you anyway. But he's going to basically walk away right before the final bell because it's a done deal. It's time for him to get his family back. I'll tell you what, if you've been pumping this stuff that long and you're a couple weeks away from the end, I mean, who in their right mind wouldn't want to stay on to the end? So right now I'm leaning to the fact that this thing's getting ready to explode in our faces versus explode in value. I wouldn't be surprised if they do anything with the currency, that they would knock off the zeros. $250,000 worth of dinar is now, $250. $1 million is 1,000. So, but even if it does that, at least there's a chance for it to start gaining value, and you can double your money or triple your money down the road. And the dollar's going to go down the toilet anyway, so you might actually make a little extra off of your dinar in the end. But granted, you might not get a new Lamborghini in a house in Hawaii, but I don't know. But for some reason here, the dinar people are heading for the hills along with their gurus. So we'll see what happens. They say May's the month. I have a feeling it's not going to be in it on the good side, but let me know what you think.